Responsibility that goes not taken care of. Responsibility that gets forgotten. Responsibility that gets put on the shelf. Responsibility that gets ignored. That's an emergency. An emergency is a responsibility that got ignored or got pushed to the side, or there was a failure somewhere to take care of the responsibility. There was a breakdown somewhere in the communication. Something happened with that responsibility that turned it into an emergency because of the lack of attention paid to it. Think about that. Go back and look at most of the emergencies in your life. Outside of a child having a broken bone, or, something that was outside of your control. I'm talking about emergencies that happen in our life from areas of responsibility that we had control over. We had some kind of say. We had something to do with it. Those are the things I'm talking about. Yo, what is it? You already know what it is, man. This is your man, Levon. Just coming back, man, with a real quick question for you. All right? When are we going to stop letting other people's failure and lack and forgetting or ignoring their responsibility not to become an emergency in our life? When are we going to stop letting people's failure and lack of taking care of their responsibility that turns into an emergency affect our life? Stop letting other people's emergencies be your responsibility. I'll say it again. Other people's emergencies are not our responsibility. We need to stop taking on that responsibility unless God is calling you to. Unless that's your spouse or your fiance. Even a girlfriend and boyfriend should not have the responsibility of the other's emergency. Check out what I said. Didn't say that we should not be there to support, to help, to aid, to assist. But your emergency, your lack of responding to your responsibility is not my problem. I can assist you, I can help you. But stop making your emergencies my problem because you had a lack of responsibility. So now I know a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, but Christians are supposed to help people that have emergencies, right? And I agree with that. I totally 100% agree that as Christians, we are to help people that have problems, that have emergencies that arise, right? We should do that as showing love and as helping and supporting and assisting, because that's what Christ does to us. When we have let our responsibilities go forgotten, go, unchecked, we haven't given as much attention as we should and shown the concern and the care that we know we should, and it becomes an emergency, and then we go to God, He has mercy on us. Okay? He has mercy on us. And if it's in His will, He'll fix the situation. Does He all the time? No. Some things He lets us go through so we can learn from them. Some things He lets us go through over and over and over so we can learn from them. But many a time, then we can even kind of remember His mercy has came in and kept us and saved us. And it's all because of His grace, His love for us, right? Okay? And He said for us to bring all of our cares unto Him, right? That His burden is easy, right? So from that aspect and regard, yes, we're supposed to have pity on our brother and our sister. We're supposed to show love and concern. We're supposed to be a help and an aid. Yes. But show me where in Scripture it says that your emergency is supposed to be my responsibility. Now, your emergency can use my assistance and my aid and my help. But where is it? It's your problem becomes my problem. Unless you're my wife or my fiance. Otherwise, where does your problems become mine? Now, I can make them mine, but they're just not mine. And it's not for you to assume that they're mine. You know what I'm saying? You can ask for some help. Don't assume that I'm just going to help. Now, what we should do when we find ourselves in situations where we have had a mental lapse in judgment, right? We didn't have a brain fart. You know what I'm saying? We didn't forgot. What we should do is acknowledge that. Hey, you know what? I forgot about the situation and it's kind of gotten out of hand. Can you assist me? Can you support me? Can you aid me in this situation? I have an emergency and I need some help. We can talk about why you have the emergency later, right? Now, because you asked me for some help, if I'm in a position to help you, then I should, because you asked. But to assume that I'm gonna help, to have this notion that you're an emergency is automatically my problem, or that I should jump in to help because you had a lack in judgment, don't work that way. Ask me. And when you ask me, allow me to help. And if I have some questions about it, don't get mad at me because I'm questioning. Remember, you're coming to me asking me for some help. Why should I not be able to question you on some things? That's just reality, okay? We shouldn't expect someone just to help us off the bat with no questions, no wondering why. That's not realism. Some people in our lives will help us because we just asked for help, just because we asked. But if your emergency is trying to become now my problem, then I have some leeway and some right to ask some questions if I'm going to assist and help you. But otherwise, your emergency is your emergency. It is not my problem. I didn't create it. I didn't have nothing to do with it. I have no control over it. But if you want me to assist you and help you and aid you, ask. Don't just assume. Asking will go a long way. It'll go further than you think if you ask with the right spirit and with the right heart and with the right motivation. You dig? This is your man Levon. One love. Just want to come on real quick and encourage y'all to, be wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove. Be there to help your fellow brother and sister, but also be wise enough to know that someone else's issues is not yours automatically until you make it yours. I'm out.